अननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपिस्तजम्बो फलचारभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकं नमामि जिगणेश्वरपारपङ्कजम् गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, ओ गुरु चरणन मन भायो। ना जाओ गंगा ना जाओ जमुना, ना जाओ गंगा ना जाओ जमुना, मन ही मन में नहायो रे, मन ही मन में नहायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, ओ गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो। घट ही में गंगा घट ही में जमुना, घट ही में गंगा घट ही में जमुना, घट ही में हरि दर्शायो रे, घट ही में हरि दर्शायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, ओ गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो। ना जाओ जमुना ना जाओ मथुरा, ना जाओ जमुना ना जाओ मथुरा, घट ही में सभी समायो रे, घट ही में सभी समायो रे, गुरु चरणन माया बिन देख ले। सूरदास माया बिन देख ले, मन ये मन में समायो रे, मन ही मन में समायो रे। गुरु चरणन मन भायो, ओ गुरु चरणन मन भायो रे, गुरु चरणन मन भायो, ओ गुरु चरणन मन भायो, गुरु चरणन मन भायो। मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी रामा गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी। राजा चले हाथी गोरा पालकी सजाए दे, राजा चले हाथी गोरा पालकी सजाए दे। साधु चले मुइया मुइया, साधु चले मुइया मुइया, टूटी बचाए के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी रामा गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी। राजा खाए लड्डू पेड़ा बर्फी मंगाए के, राजा खाए लड्डू पेड़ा बर्फी मंगाए के। साधु खाए रूखे सूखे, साधु खाए रूखे सूखे, भोग लगाए के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी रामा गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी। राजा सोए लाल पलंग पर तकिया लगा के, राजा सोए लाल पलंग पर तकिया लगा के। साधु सोए सुखी मरैया, साधु सोए सुखी मरैया, कमरी बिछाए के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी रामा गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी। राजा खोए पैसा कोई राम को बिसार के, राजा राजा खोजे पैसा कोरी राम को बिसार के। साधु गए राम भजन, साधु गए राम भजन, कंजरी बचाए के, मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के, मगन भय तुलसी रामा गुण गाय के मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के मगन भय तुलसी हरि गुण गाय के मगन भय तुलसी।
सियावर चंद्र की जय शरणम शंकर हरिओ श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। करो जान, please stand as we engage ourselves in arti as we begin this seventh night of devotions unto the divine Lord. Vinayakam Gurum Banu Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara Saraswatim Pranamyado Sarvakaryartha Siddhaye साजंचवर्ति संयुक्तं वहिनायोजितं मया दीपं गृहान देवेश त्रैलोक्य विरापः माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी माथे पर तिलक सोयो माथे पर तिलक सोहे माथे पर तिलक सोहे मूष की असहारी। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। मुदाकराद मोदकं सदा विमुक्त साधकं कल्पाधरावतं सकं विलैषलोक रक्षकं माता जाकी पार्वती हो माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेव। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। अंगन को आप देत कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया अंगन को आक देत कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया बांधन को पुत्र बांधन को पुत्र हो भांजन को पुत्र दे देत निर्धन को माया। जय गणेश जय सबो
गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
अनायकैकनायकं विनाष्टिभेददायकं नतासुबानतासकं नमामि तं विनायकं। माता जाकी पार्वती हो, माता जाकी पार्वती, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा,
और चढ़े मेवा, और चढ़े मेवा।
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा,
और चढ़े मेवा, और चढ़े मेवा।
लदवन को भोग, लदवन को भोग लाग संत कर सेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश
सबो
देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
न पीतरादिभीकरं न वोरितारभासुरं न मत्सुरान्निरञ्जनं न थादिकां न पुण्डरं। माता जाकी पार्वती हो, माता जाकी पार्वती, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
दासनों को लाज राख गौर पुत्रवारी,
गौर पुत्रवारी, गौर पुत्रवारी।
दासनों को लाज राख गौर पुत्रवारी,
गौर पुत्रवारी, गौर पुत्रवारी।
मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो शंभु के दुलारी। जय
गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
सुरेश्वरं निधीश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं तमाश्रये परात्परं निरंतरं। माता जाकी पार्वती हो, माता जाकी पार्वती, माता जाकी पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा, जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा,
माता जाकी पार्वती पिता महादेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
जय गणेश जय गणेश लंबोदरा,
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 जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा,
गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
गणपति देवा,
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 गणपति देवा।
गणपति देवा। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी।
स्वामी की जय।
अपने आसन लीजिए as comfortably as you can. As you accept your revered seat, my dear friends, प्रियवर सज्जनों, भक्तजनों, श्रोतागणों, warm and cordial welcome again to each and every one of you. Special blessings, Pundit ji, who's here with his bodyguard son. When he gets time off from school, he's here assisting in puja. Bhagwan's grace is upon you. May his blessings help you to achieve all that you are set out to do in your academic endeavors. To our Shrotas who are here performing puja, blessings to you all. To all those of you who are sitting here and those of you who are joining us on the live stream from both near and far, most warm cordial welcome, and of course, Bhagwan's blessings to you as well. This our 7th night devotion. Only just a few days ago we began. Now 7 nights are over. We just have 3 more to go. And as quickly as we have started, we can almost see the end. How quickly time goes by. Well, that usually happens only when you're having a good time, isn't it? If you're in pain and in agony, the same time can feel like an eon, an eternity. As you sit as comfortably as you can, clasp your hands and close your eyes. And for a moment, I want you to envision the beautiful image of that Supreme Lord. Gajananam bhuta ganadisevitam kapittajambu palsarabhakshatam umasutam shoka vinashakarkam namami Vigneshwar pad pankajam vakratunna mahakaya suryakoti samaprabha Nirvighnam kuru me deva sarvakaryeshu sarvada Ajam nirvikalpam nirakar ekam Nidhananda ananda advaita purnam Param nirgunam nirvishesham nriham Parabrahma rupam Ganesham bhaje mam Sri Mahaganadipataya Namaha Sri Saraswatya Namaha Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha Om Namah Shivaya Jagat Janani Durga Devi Mata Ki Jai. प्रात समय उत्कर में जाऊं उत्कर में जाऊं सुमिरत नाम तिहारू तिहारू प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति प्रात समय प्रात समय उत्कर में सुमिरत नाम तिहारू तिहारू प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति एक दंत गज करण दे रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होए रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होए एक दंत गज करण दे रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होवे, रिद्धि सिद्धि के दाता होवे। वंदन तुझको हे परमेश्वर, वंदन तुझको हे परमेश्वर, पूरन काम हमारो हमारो। प्रात समय प्रात समय सब देवों में पहले पूजा महादेव की, आए दूजा महादेव की, आए दूजा। सब देवों में पहले पूजा महादेव की, आए दूजा लंबोदर 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 लंबोदर, हाथ में मोदक लंबोदर, हाथ में मोदक, मूषक पर पधारो पधारो।
प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति, प्रथम नमो गिरिजा सुत गणपति।
सुमिरत नाम प्रात समय उत्तर मैं जाऊं, सुमिरत नाम तिहारो तिहारो। प्रथम नमो
गिरिजा सुत गणपति,
प्रथम नमो
गिरिजा सुत गणपति।
जय गणेश देव, अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा। जय गणेश देव, अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा। जय गणेश देवा, अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा। अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा।
अष्टविनायक अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा, अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा, अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा,
अष्टविनायक बहुसुत देवा।
देवा। श्री गणेशाय नमः। That divine Lord, my dear friends, whom we have been reflecting upon, whom we have been worshiping and honoring, seeking to reignite that flame of devotion in the mind and in the heart. That Ganapati, that Ganesha, who is yet to become Ganapati according to how we're reading here, is giving a beautiful katha. Bhagavan Vishnu is telling to that Hatini, the female elephant, Devi, तो शनेश्वर भगवान श्री कृष्ण का परम भक्त अमर और अजय है. Shanidev is the param bhakt of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, the supreme devotee of the Lord. Golok Dham ke Bhagavan Krishna. He is Amar and he is Ajay, indestructible, eternal, everlasting. तो उसका मारा जाना किसी प्रकार संभव ही नहीं था. Therefore, by no matter whatever means that we try, we cannot destroy him. He cannot be killed. Therefore, we have to find another upay. I cannot now take his head and put it on the head of that child. That's not going to work. And when he told like that, he gave the only solution that was available. मेरी पति का मस्तक ही इस धरे पर लगा दो तो पार्वती के पुतले अन्य किसी. And she's asking last night, what kind of niyam is that? What kind of law is it that somebody should take the head of Devi Parvati, but you are now claiming the head of my husband too? That doesn't work like that. If you're willing to do the crime, then you should be willing to pay the time, isn't it? Therefore, that's an unjust law. Why would you want to take my husband's head? मुझे श्राप देता हूँ. If you do not correct this thing, I'll give you a श्राप. And Bhagavan Krishna, Bhagavan Vishnu is telling that this head would have been prescribed for this purpose since the very beginning of time. This would have lined up, and this is what it was for. And of course, finally, she would have accepted. But Bhagavan Vishnu's resolve and his response would have been the accepted response. So what happened? हथनी चुप हो गए. भगवान गरुड़ पर सवार हुआ और कुछ ही दूर पर अन्य हाथी के देखकर उसका मस्तक काट ला दिए. What did he do? Again, he ascended on Garud and he went in search and he found another elephant and removed his head. And to answer the question of why people are wondering what happens to the elephant after it, it's going to come in a little bit. You'll see. वहां मस्तक गजराज के धरे पर रख झोर दिया और अनुग्रह पूर्वक जीवन दान देकर बोले. Returning with that head, my dear friends, devotees of God, he placed it onto the body of Gajaraj. And then he performed, of course, Jivan Dan, Pran Pratishta, invoking life. Uto Gajaraj, Uto. बहुत देर से लिए अब निद्र का समान निकल चुका है. Time to wake up. We waking up the dead long before some people want to claim that. We do not check how long we do that. Tulsidas do that. Some people just 2,000 years ago want to claim they're waking up. But we have been doing this for so long. Know that your dharma is a very powerful one. And what people now inventing, we're talking about that for millions of years ago. It's no ordinary dharma. Bhagavan is calling, Uto Gajaraj, wake up. Wake up, O king of elephants. How long will you sleep for? Time to wake up. This word brings back memories to me. जागो हिंदू वीर क्षत्र ने फिर ललकारा है. It's one of those geets that we used to sing when we used to go to camps long time. Jago Hindu Veer, oh powerful Hindu warrior, sleeping within each and every one of you is a silent warrior. You know. Awaken, know who you are. Those who protect their dharma, dharma will protect them, and those who uplift dharma, dharma will uplift them. Wake up, oh warrior. or silent giant and stand up for your dharma. He is awakening. गजराज ने आंखें खोलकर सोते से जाते हुए के समान देखा. When his eyes blink 2 times and he awakens, भगवान को देखकर उनके चरणों पर मस्तक रख दिया. Immediately, it's an elephant, so you have to visualize how this elephant is going to do चरणों में मस्तक. They train these elephants with a little stick, they touch them like that, and the elephant will go down like this. They will bow. So he's bowing at the feet of Bhagavan. और स्तुति करने लगे. And he praises the Lord. प्रभु, आज मैं अत्यंत धन्य हो गया. I am extremely, exceedingly fortunate today. तो जिन भगवान श्री हरि के दर्शन करोड़ जन्म तपस्या करने पर भी नहीं होता. Thousands of lifetimes I have been doing tapasya, O Lord. For thousands of lifetimes I have been worshipping your lotus-like feet. And today I'm getting that darshan. I'm seeing you, my own eyes. Unka saubhagya mujhe sahasra. How fortunate am I? Do we recognize our fortune, my dear friends? Do you recognize how indeed fortunate you are in this part of the world to be sitting here right now and not worrying whether some bullet flying overhead? Other parts of the world that claim to be so spiritual, they're fighting for a piece of land that they say God give them. And it's bullet passing and blood flowing and soaking that piece of desert land. All in the name of God. Here we are sitting comfortable, beautiful ambience, nice cool temperature, beautiful murti to visualize and to pray. The whole country is murtis traveling all over and they're praying. While some coming, some Visarjan, not Visarjan, Visarjan. I heard somebody on the radio saying, we have the Murti Visarjan. I said, the last time I checked, Saijan is something to eat. And I tell you one thing, brave this in this thing in a bowl, right, with authority. I say, all right, well, they're trying still. How fortunate are we? Are we recognizing that great fortune? That's the thing. We can be fortunate and don't even understand it, We don't recognize it. We don't realize it. And that'll be to your detriment if you don't recognize how fortunate you are to get the darshan of the Divine Lord. If something could have happened, we did not have to be here today. But we are here. Aapko mera baar namaskar, Prabhu. Again and again, I bow onto your lotus-like feet. Hey Prabhu, आपने मेरा मस्तक छीन किया, यहाँ बड़े सौभाग्य की बात हुई. After thousands of lifetimes, you have remembered me. You've come to claim that which was destined for yourself. आपने मस्तक के छीन, you've come to claim this head, isn't it? Why is he telling to Bhagavan Vishnu that, today, after all these thousands of years of tapasya, you've come for the head? Maybe he knows something that nobody else knows. See, he had a worries. Over the 1,000 years of tapasya that he would have been performing in that cradle, in that head there. The kind of knowledge, energy, vibration, shakti that was within there. He did not want that head to go anywhere and anywhere. He had a worries what's going to happen to that. And he wanted that to be protected, to be used for the welfare of the world. So he was praying every day of his life for thousands of years, Bhagavan Vishnu, Sri Hari, please find a way that this head becomes purposeful even when I am no longer here. So Bhagavan said, when the time is right, I will come for it. Today he's happily remembering Bhagavan. Oh, mere mastak ko chin, you have come to claim this head. Only to realize, यह बड़ा सौभाग्य की बात है, साक्षात अपने द्वारा मारा जाना की निश्चय ही मोक्ष रूप परम पुरुषार्थ का कारण होता है. As a result of which I will achieve the highest goal of this existence, param purushartha, to get moksha. Unfortunately, that is not to be. किंतु अब पुनर्जन्म होना कि मैं उस दुर्लभ मोक्ष का वंचित हो रहा जाऊंगा. This woman, I don't know what to say. I got moksha, and because of her, I have to start over. I have to start over. You know how hard is that? Bhagwan, don't claim me already. See, remember I told you when you were asking what's going to happen to the elephant that Lord said? When Bhagwan takes you with his own hands, it's no if and or but about that. Param Purushartha, moksha, immediately. And last night I told you about 4 different kind of moksha. Moksha is not what everybody thinks to be just liberation. You know. There are 4 different types of moksha that we must know about. Whichever one you desire, of course, you ask the Lord of it. And he's thinking, look how from very fortunate to being very unfortunate. I am now deprived of this moksha. I have to start this journey all over again. What will you do if you were in that position? I tell you, this katha seems to be filled with little hiccups as we go along. It's not going as smoothly as we thought it would have gone, isn't it? Gananayak Vardata Ganapati Ganaraja Tere naam ko dhyaye pratam vanata यही धर्म बताया है, यही नियम बताया है, पहला ये सुमिरन का अधिकार बताया है, जो प्रथम पूजा का वरदान बताया है, जो सकल सृष्टि को वही उधर समाया है। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, मंगल मूर्ति गजानना, हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। सृष्टि में तो शुभ था लाए, सबका विघ्न को नाश कराए, विघ्नों को तो हरने वाले नाथ जी। सृष्टि में तो शुभ था लाए, सबका विघ्न तो नाश कराए, विघ्नों को तो हरने वाले नाथ जी। गज सिर को धारा है, एक दंत कहाया है, माँ पार्वती दुर्गा शंकर को प्यारा है। गज सिर को धारा है, एक दंत कहाया है, माँ पार्वती दुर्गा शंकर को प्यारा है। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना, हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। बुद्धि ज्ञान को शिरोमणि हो, गणनायक त्रिलोक धनी हो, तीन लोक में तेरी जय जयकार हो। बुद्धि ज्ञान को शिरोमणि हो, गणनायक त्रिलोक धनी हो, तीन लोक में तेरे जय जयकार हो। रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता है, सब सुख के दाम है, रिद्धि सिद्धि दाता है, सब सुख के साधन है। गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, मंगल मूर्ति गजानना, हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। वक्रतुंड सुशिशुंड सुहावन, तिलक त्रिपुंड वस्तु भाल मन भावन, छवि तुम्हारो मन मोहत गणनाथ जी। वक्रतुंड शुशिशुंड सुहावन, तिलक त्रिपुंड तु भावन भावन, छवि तुम्हारो मन मोहत गणनाथ जी। तुम अष्ट विनायक हो, तुम ही शुभदायक हो, गिरिजा के दुलारे हो, तुम चंद सहायक हो। तुम अष्ट विनायक हो, तुम ही शुभदायक हो, गिरिजा के दुलारे हो, तुम चंद सहायक हो। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। यही धर्म बताया है, यही नियम बताया है, पहला ये सुमिरन का अधिकार बताया है। जो प्रथम पूजा का वरदान बताया है, जो सकल सृष्टि को वही उधर समाया है। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। हे गणपति देवा शरण तेरा, हे मंगल मूर्ति गजानना। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय।
How fortunate I am to have been blessed with the ability to get to see the Lord before my very eyes, to be blessed with moksha, and because of some unfortunate circumstances and misunderstanding, I have to now restart this project, this process. Oh, Prabhu, how difficult. Us durlabh se, moksha se, this very precious thing, very difficult to achieve and acquire. I have gotten it. Now I have to start all over. Oh, that's not a good thing. हथिनी ने भगवान की स्तुति, तो भगवान ने उसका सिर पर हाथ फेरते हुए कहा। भगवान श्री हरि places his hands upon the head of Gajraj, just like Bhagavan Ram did to Bali. See how quickly you all could pick up on this katha. And what it says, Bhaktaraj, तुम्हारा इच्छित अवश्य प्राप्त होगा. That desire of yours definitely will be fulfilled. तो तुम्हारी पत्नी पतिव्रत है, पतिव्रता. It because your wife would have been pativrata, she was able to claim and reclaim that life of yours. I couldn't go against her wishes and her desires. I had to give in. तो इसके अनुरोध से तुम पूर्ण जीवित के प्राप्त हुए हैं. Don't worry. Don't worry, you will not lose this moksha that you have asked for, that you shall receive. You will get it again. And he tells that I'll give you 1,000 years again you will live for. And after that 1,000 years, when the time comes to an end, you shall come to me and you'll get that moksha. पत्नी के भगवान की स्तुति की प्रभु उस शोकग्रस्त अवस्था था. She started to I didn't recognize who you are and I didn't understand what was happening here. And I caused all of this trouble. She praised the Lord. आप परमेश्वर की प्रति अनेक दुर्वचन प्रयोग में लाभ हटी थी. भगवान listening to the beautiful words gave them that darshan that you will live for so long and then you return to me. But recognizing the time is of the essence, what did he do? गजराज के काटे हुए मस्तक सहित कैलाश की ओर मन ही भेग समान चल दिया. He had to resaddle the head now. Back on Garud. मन की भेग, with the speed of the mind, he traveled in return to Kailash Parvat. शीघ्र ही जगत जननी पार्वती के भव्य भवन में जा पहुंचे. Immediately landing there, he takes the head and he goes into the inner chamber with Devi Parvati. Hopefully by now she would have regained consciousness. They would have found some way to reawaken her, because she covered, as I told you, in blood and so depressed and distressed, she fainted away. All this time, that Ashtadal Kamal is dripping there. Within it, the contents is Amrit, is one content that keeps life there, that keeps the consciousness active, but in a dormant state. And then it is also giving, we invented this thing they call drips, Saline and glucose falling and keeping them on. What do you think Amrit is? Amrit is glucose. Amrit is sweet. So that dripping and keeping that body in a state of readiness and preparedness for this divine. But, as I told you, all things don't happen necessarily the way we would want it to happen. भगवान श्री हरि की हाथी के मस्तक सहित आंखें देखकर सब उपस्थित समुदाय ने खड़े होकर उनका स्वागत किया. Everybody stood up and remember, everybody was in a state of disarray and everybody running all over the place trying to figure out what's going on, how to resolve this problem. Bhagavan Vishnu did not think twice. Quickly he summoned Garuda and he disappeared. He's now returning after fulfilling all of these things. And they're now trying to figure out what's going on there. So when he returns, everybody stands up. Bhagavan Sri Hari has returned. जब पार्वती जी को यह ज्ञात हुआ कि शिशु के धड़ पर हाथी के मस्तक जना जाएगा, तब वे अधिक व्याकुल होती हुई. When everybody was happy to see Bhagavan Vishnu, Devi Parvati, she seems to be in a continuous flux of vyakul. That vyakul ain't seem to be leaving at all. Worries upon worries upon worries. She had worries she would not get to pay the dakshina. She had worries that she would not get back to Lord Shiva after she paid the dakshina. She had worries when she go get the child. When the Brahman come now, she had worries. He gone, he didn't need anything. When the child come, she was happy for one moment. Then Shani come, worries again. Mastake Chin say worries again. Bhagavan Vishnu come with a solution, worries again. Tell me if there's a song like a recurrent decimal that human beings is operate under. How much people here don't raise money? I don't know when they're smiling already, how it's smiling, what's going on. How many of us operate on that same mode? Every moment of the day is only worries. And when the salary come, you're happy to buy. And as you see, they take the loan and all, you pay out all the bills and things, worries again, stand back. You have to suffer for a whole month again before you get paid. And you know how this go, why? What's that? For one day only, happy when you see the numbers, right? And after that, that's the end of the story. And you know why? That's how it is go, right? So human beings live for this momentary happiness, and in that is a huge amount of vyakul, stress and worries and problems that you have to endure, and you endure and endure and endure for this little moment of happiness, and then that happiness is very short-lived and it goes. So we endure 90% of stress for 10% of happiness in this world. When we go learn that we must do like Gajaraj and try to seek some Param Purushartha, the highest Purushartha, which is the moksha, so that we will no longer have to go through all of this stress. Devi Parvati vyakul hua और बोले, जनार्दन तुम मेरे पुत्र को नीरा पशु की बना देना चाहते हो? You want my son to look like an animal? Pashu is animal. You want my son to be called an animal, to look like an animal, to be viewed as such? अवश्य ही इसके बद ही तुम्हारा की हाथ रहा होगा, क्योंकि तुम किसी को सुखी नहीं देखना चाहता. Poor Bhagavan Sri Hari Vishnu, he's trying to resolve this thing as quickly as possible. He's trying to save this child, and he had to get himself in some problems. किसी को सुखी नहीं देखना है. You don't like to see anybody happy. You're just like Narad. any way he go, ask the right set of question and cause a set of upset, right? You don't want to see anybody happy? You don't like to see anybody happy. मेरे शिशु होने के समाचार से तुम्हें यहाँ भय हुआ होगा कि वही बड़ा होकर मेरे पदवी ना छीन ले. You was prudent. My son might have surpassed you in good looks and prowess, and everybody would have got to like him more. You see how more people come in Kailash here? Like you get a little fear that he will take away your position. So you hatch a little plan and you bring Shani here to cut out the head. Look like he was part of this plan. All the Dev Parvati is telling to Bhagavan Sri Vishnu, poor fella, gonna see so much of trouble to collect this head there. I was waiting for thousands of years. Now you come in. इसलिए शनेश्वर को साथ लेकर यहाँ आ गए. You bring him when you're coming because you know you had a plan. You know how people is? They ain't sure how the story is. You know? They only see one thing and hear one thing and then create a whole soap opera with that. Not one episode, you know. 1,000 episodes. Because every week is a new thing on Facebook and Instagram and on WhatsApp status and all kind of putting up all kind of thing. The episode just continue and continue and continue. Some people like to live like that. Live their lives out in the open and expect that something good is going to happen. And they realize the more negativity you put out into the universe, the more negativity shall be returned into your own life. If you spend your time being positive, if it's just something little that you recognize the happiness and positivity in your life and focus on that, you'll be happy. But if all you see when your eyes are open until it's closed is negativity and pessimism and all of these things, then you will be surrounded by darkness. And then you know what I say? The neighbor do me something, this one I like me, I want to study one jare, and you study going by the Bible, see, and you hug her from now till you're dead. Why? Because in your mind, you've already injected negativity. So what do you expect to happen? If you put on a dark shades, you know, when people do them, when they do their cataracts and they just come with that kind of welding glasses, right? If you have on that morning, noon, and night, what you go see outside? And you go see everything dark? If you have on one like this, you know, you see, I've seen everybody crystal clear like the Uttan Devi sitting there. Bolo Sri Gajanan Swami ki. What inside is that what you see outside? Isn't it so? Now, Devi Parvati really under all of this stress. She's venting on Bhagavan Vishnu, not knowing the true facts of the matter. The Katha here is trying to tell you, get all of the facts before you can make a statement on anything. Don't cast aspersions on people without knowing. If you don't know, then don't say. Don't say. Because it have a Katha called 5 lump of gobar. And if you want to know what that Katha means, you go ask Baisha when you see we done. He will tell you. You gotta tell you that Katha. That Katha for next time, but he will tell you 5 lumps of gobar. That Katha is a learned from Ankaraj. When you see a don't know, don't say anything at all and don't put yourself in trouble. Devi Parvati is firing right now. She's angry, she's venting. And of course, who would want to vent? My beautiful boiled child just lost his head. You bring in the head of an elephant to make him, how that go look? Tell me. She's very angry. And you know what's happened when the Devi get angry, right? Whether the divine Devi or whether the local Devi and Bhulo. But when the Devi get angry and hand off water to cool. जयंती मंगला काली भद्रकाली कपालिनी दुर्गा क्षमा शिवा दात्री स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते स्वाहा स्वधा नमोस्तुते लाल लाई रे लाल लाई रे अचन्या भेगल मा ओरे वारे तेरी अचन्या भेगल
ಬೇಗಲಮ್ಮ ಓರೆ ವಾರೆ ಕಾತೇರಿಯೇ ಓರೆ ವಾರೆ ಕಾತೇರಿಯೇ ಮಂಜತನಿ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮಂಜತಾನಿ 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 ಪುಷ್ಪಮ್ಮಲ್ಲೋ ಅಮ್ಮ ಸಂರಾಣಿ ಮಾ ಸಂರಾಣಿ ಮಾ ಸಂರಾಣಿ ಮಾಲ पे ना होंगे माँ ओ जय जय अंकालमा माला पे ना होंगे माँ जय जय अंकालमा लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे अचन्या भेगालमा ओरे वारे कातेरी देविया रे अम्मा का तेरी माँ का तेरी माँ का तेरी मीनाक्षी अर भद्रकाली 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 उसे संवयं कलमा ओ जय जय परमेश्वरी उसे संवयं कलमा जय जय परमेश्वरी लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे अचन्या भेगालमा ओरे वारे का तेरी ओरे वारे का तेरी आरती उतारो फूल चढ़ावो फूल चढ़ावो फूल चढ़ावो का तेरी अम्मा आवो मा आवो आवो मा आवो आओ मा आवो आसन बैठाओ माँ ओ जय जय अम्मा लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई ओ लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे अचन्या भेगालमा ओरे वारे का तेरी ओरे वारे का तेरी लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे लाल लाई लाल लाई लाल लाई रे अचन्या बेगालम्मा ओरे वारे का तेरी ओरे वारे का तेरी ओरे वारे बोलो श्री जगत जननी देवी माता की जय। The Divine Mother, my dear friends, is spewing a lot of anger and venom towards or in the direction of Bhagavan Sri Hari. Why? I have a feeling that you have brought Shani here as part of an elaborate plan of yours to ensure that my son does not supersede you. Therefore, well, of course, you know, that's a very real thing in the world that we live, huh? People actually conspire to make sure that it can prevent you from increasing or advancing in the world of work, spirituality, and all sorts of things, right? It's called corporate espionage. Ever heard that word before? Yeah, not only in the movie, you know, that's a real thing. People conspire simply because in their mind, they feel that this belongs to me and you look like a threat to me. Don't feel in the realm of spirituality, he go tell you. You know what prayers you just have to do? Because even where I sit, there's a lot of jealousy there. Why? And for what? I'm speaking about the same Lord, not a different Lord. But that's the nature of and the realm of the human mind, to think like that. So this is a very important lesson for tonight. To understand that there are going to be negativity in this. There will always be. There are negative people who, no matter what you say or do, or no matter how much you try to help, that negativity is always there. A nice, beautiful, pristine, white husky that you have
No matter how much you bathe him and how much you shine him and how much you use your what you call your hair, blow on your fix it, as you open the gate, where you looking? Where you going? Looking for the first little water hole we have more than to go and roll and dance and play and all kind of when you see him after you want to know that the same dog, he be looking color dog, you know. No. They're not true or not true. There's a different animal, but choose to give you a better one. But such is the nature of some human beings that they are going to be like that. And you must understand this thing and try your best not to become affected too much by it. And I'm saying too much because we are all going to be affected at different degrees and different levels. But you have to try to hone in your own spirituality and anchor yourself in something divine and understand that this is what this nature of this phenomenal world is. Do not allow yourself to become so paranoid or captivated by it that it now starts to affect your homeostasis. Your mental ability and stability becomes affected that you can't function in your own life. So you have to protect yourself against that. You have to know this thing. Like that, Devi Parvati continues to chastise Bhagavan Vishnu. हाथी का मस्तक ले आए जिससे कि मेरा पुत्र पशु और महामुरुक मना रहा. You brought the head of this elephant to put on the head of my son so that they'll call him animal and they'll call him Mahamuruk. Look at a big fool, look at a big fool. You know how, no, you didn't know how boys is, right? When you go to school, any kind of little thing of the man had to get some nickname, you know. I remember when I was going to school, there was this boy. We had one long hand and one short hand. So they started to call him Clock. Clock and Clocky and all kind of thing. He's still around? See if I feel I'm making up that. See my sister there, she'll verify. After a few years passed, they say, no. We are advanced in society now. We started calling him digital. Right? So from analog to digital, so he's going from clock to digital. Of course, he took it in good stride, and that's when they call him, he normal and things like that. But we find joke, and we give people all kind of nickname and all kind of thing like that. And sometimes we take it a little too far. And when we take these things a little too far, people are not able to manage and tolerate these things, and it affects them mentally, psychologically. Throughout their entire life, they can become so traumatized by these things that they can end up with depression, serious problem. We talked about mental health and the effects of it a few nights ago. So we have to understand, Devi Parvati is rationalizing. She's not thinking here, she's thinking down the road. If this comes to be, then they will call my son a big fool. Whether in front of his face or behind his back, they say he's an animal, look at this big fool, and they laugh at him. So she's thinking about her son. Tumhari chaal yahi thi. This is a scheme, a plan that you hatch to make sure and prevent my son from surpassing you. He's thinking like that. Bhagavan muskurai. What will he do? Bhagavan Sri Hari smiles. Doesn't respond, he smiles. Aur Shanishchar ne kaha. He doesn't say. Shani intervenes and he says, Mata, aapka anuman yatharth nahi hai. Please understand that we have no ill will towards you or the child. We've never come here with that and we will never have that. Bhagavan Sri Hari tu Shiv Sabha mein bahut pehle se virajman the. He came here long before me. I was the last person to arrive. I didn't come with him. I met him when I came here. Usne meri bet bhi sabhi nahi hui. We've never met. This is the first time I'm seeing him when I came to this Sabha. I didn't meet him before. And please understand, जो कुछ भी कहते हैं, उसमें लोक हित की निहित होता है. Whatever is happening for the benefit of lok hit, for the benefit of the world. Whatever is happening now, you have to understand. If you can process that in your own life and understand it to be, whatever is happening to me is happening because of the will of God. If it's good, Bhagavan ke kripa, this thing is happening. If it's not so good, well, Hari Bhagavan must have pay for. I must was owing something now, so like that. If it be the desire of the Lord, so it be, and I will have to accept this thing as good faith and rally it out as it were. Whether good, bad, or indifferent, we accept it, understanding that whatever is to be will be. Of course, we try to be the best that we can. And he's telling here that, listen, this thing has been predestined to happen in this way for a reason. Remember, I want to remind you now, if you can remember 2 nights ago, what did Devi Parvati say when she first saw the child? Anybody could answer, you will get 2 pastor per starter. Let me see how many persons were paying attention. She made a pratana, and we finished the katha that night with the pratana. She had a prayer. What was that prayer? Bhagavan, do not allow me to become afflicted by your Maya, that I forget who you are and what is happening. And what happened now? The exact same thing that she was asking for. She has forgotten that this is Golok Dham. Cannot. She's forgotten that this is Supreme Param Brahman. And she's saying, this is my child. She's defending with that mamata, with that love, my child. So it's no longer, not again, is my child. So the Maya has already set in. And that is what she was asking for protection against. How many of us fall prey to the same thing? My child, my mommy, my daddy, my toy, my car, my house. Yeah? Come, Baba, I want to bless the house. Come now, I want to take a walk and see. Look, you see that my house. All this car is mine here. This land is mine. Check and see now. All is in mine. My wife, my children. I say, okay, all that is yours. All right, stop them children from growing tomorrow. Whoever it is, let it stay right there. No increase in size, age. Here mustn't change anything. That all this belong to you. All right, let me see how much control you have. Stop. You know how we and us and nothing. Everything is mine. And when you lie down in the box, what are you really carrying? What is yours and what is mine in this world, my dear friends? What is yours and what is mine? Nothing. But as long as we live, see, the strangest thing, when asked by Dharamraj, Yudhishthir, he said, what is the strangest thing in this world? He said, Lord, what I'll tell you. The strangest thing in this world is every single human being, every single day of their life, sees, either via personal experience or otherwise, they see people dying and going and never carrying anything. Yet still, they believe that everything belongs to me and I will carry something when I am going. Isn't it strange? And that is how we live, and we see it every day. What is yours and mine? Devi Parvati says, my son. And this is what you want to do to my son? No. And they're telling Mata, whatever is happening for the betterment of the world. It is because this thing is so designed to happen. We have not conspired because of any ill will or otherwise to cause you or your son any harm. Jagajani, आप शंका मत कीजिए, चाहे मैं किसी और नहीं देखता. Do not allow yourself to be so affected by this thing that it causes problems later on. Because that's how it starts, It starts with one little thing and it festers and festers and festers and it grows and grows and grows. And from a little seed, you end up with a huge tree. And then what are you going to do? From 120, it reached 130, then 140, then 150, then 200, then 400, then 500, and then they cut out your foot. And who are you going to blame? Who you blame? If you can't blame the sugar, no, the sugar didn't jump out and fall in your mouth just so. No. If you had control over the tongue, you would not end up in that situation. Of course, something has to carry you, but you must exercise some control. You must take charge of your life. Otherwise, things will get bigger than you. And then, you know what? Hospital and having enough bed, then doctor taking. You're blaming everybody. So parat pachtai, fir dhundi pachtai, kali karmeshwari mityadi dosh lagai. Everybody on the planet we start to blame for your problem because you just never do nothing wrong. You're perfect. Eh? That's human nature. We all like that, isn't it? But what are we doing to improve the quality of our own lives? And they're telling Devi Parvati, Shant ho maya, please do not allow yourself to go down this road. It's going to cause destruction. It's going to cause destruction. फिर भी पार्वती जी के संतोष न हुआ. No matter what they say, no matter how much they beg, no matter how much they plead, she's having none of that. She's convinced that they want to destroy her child. She's convinced like that. So Bhagavan is telling, कोई अन्य नहीं होता. ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश यही तीनों ही परम शक्तिमान है. In this world, these are the param shaktiman. They will not do anything that will cause the destruction of the world. They are here to uplift the world, maintain the world, sustain this world, to protect it for the period of time that it must be in existence. Why would they want to cause this type of pain to you, ma? They're not going to do that. That is not what they are for. Ma, shant ho jaye, ma. Shant ho jaye. They're praying and they're begging and asking her, reconsider your position. Otherwise, this thing is not going to work out in the best interest of any of us. So they are praying, and while they are praying, we'll also take the opportunity to say a little prayer. We think about the Divine Mother and we'll pray. Where did it go? Disappeared? Gone back, Vaikunta. Ma, please understand and do not get angry. Everything that is happening for a reason. It is just that we are not able to see it because we can't see the big picture. We're only seeing via something called tunnel vision syndrome. We're only seeing directly in front. We aren't seeing the entire picture. Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Jai Ma, Jai Ma. तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माँ. तुम ही हो माता पिता, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माँ. तुम ही सहारे, कोई न अपना, सेवा तुम्हारी महा. तुम ही हो साथी, तुम ही सहारे, कोई न अपना, सेवा तुम्हारी महा. तुम ही हो नैया, तुम ही केवैया, तुम ही हो नैया, तुम ही केवैया, तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माँ. ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, जो किल सके ना वो कुल हम हैं, तुम्हारी चरणों के दुल्हन हैं माँ. जो किल सके ना वो कुल हम हैं, तुम्हारी चरणों के दुल्हन हैं माँ. दया की दृष्टि सदा की रखना, दया की दृष्टि सदा की रखना. तुम ही हो बंधु सखा, तुम ही हो माँ. ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ माँ, ओ Jagat Janni Durga Devi Mata ki
की
jai.
जय.
And as they pray and as they try their endeavor best to beseech the Divine Mother to shant, she's not having any of that at all. Why? Because she genuinely believes that they do not have the best interest of her child at heart. And my dear friends, Bhagavan doesn't give up there. He continues. He continues to provide explanation upon explanation. And he tells, please understand, ma, that whatever is happening for the benefit of the world. हाथी का मस्तक लग गया तो उसकी सुंदरता नष्ट हो जाएंगे. You see, you are thinking negative, but in truth and in fact, the head of this elephant, to uski sundarta, it is so beautiful, it's just that you can't envision it yet and you're not seeing it. And you're not seeing what is going to happen as a result of it down the road. इसलिए सभी उसका तिरस्कार करेंगे तो तुम्हारे शंका निर्मूल सी. जब तुम्हारे पुत्र के धरे पर हाथी का मस्तक लग जाएगा तब तो वहां अत्यंत दिव्य और भव्य प्रतीत होगा. I tell you today that the exact opposite of what you are thinking is what is going to happen in reality. And most times I tell you, not all the time, but most times, people see a little something, they see a photograph, right? And they make a whole story about this photograph. But they know that photograph never tells exactly what takes place. Most times, what you're thinking, based on what you hear, or probably only see from the corner eye like Shani, is not what is in reality. It is something totally opposite. But the nature of the mind is we like to fill in the gaps. So we want a story. And good story don't sell. Only bad story does sell. So if you want publicity, you have to make a nice, sweet story. A convincing one. And that usually is filled with a lot of untruths. So here he's telling, Ma, I am telling you as a matter of fact that dismiss from your mind what you're thinking, because that which you're thinking, the total opposite, I am sure, is going to happen. The total opposite of what you're thinking is going to happen. बस ऐसा लगेगा कि कभी यहाँ रूप देखा ही नहीं. Nobody ever before would have been blessed to see such a form, such a रूप. It is the first that is ever going to take place, my dear friends. उसका रूप अत्यंत मनोहर रहने के साथ ही उससे अद्भुत बुद्धि रहेगी. अद्भुत बुद्धि. You remember, Gajaraj did not want this head to fall into the wrong hands or to be used. He wanted this head to be protected, and he wanted that which would have been accumulated over thousands of lifetimes to be used for the wealth of the world. And in whose care will it be used for the wealth of the world? Whom other than Ganapati? That supreme Ganesha. In whose care? Because he is Lokhitkari, the one who seeks the welfare of the world. उसका सुंदर अद्भुत एवं सुर असुर यक्ष किन्नर गंधर्व नाग एवं मनुष्य आदि में कोई भी इसके जैसे बुद्धिमान ना होगा. बुद्धिमान. No one before ever will be known as such a buddhiman in any of the devas, rakshas, yaksha, kinnar, gandharva. In all of these different species of life form, nobody will be able to equate to such a buddhiman like him. इसमें लोग उपकार करने के भी प्रबल शक्ति और सुमति होगी. He will be the upholder, sustainer, protector of this world. His Shakti and his power is what is going to protect this world. Sumati, with that pure consciousness state of mind, he's going to do that which is in the welfare for the world. Jab log inki mahima ki samjha jayega, when they come to understand who he is, what he stands for, and who is he? I must keep referring because I want you to understand. I don't want you to get carried away. I want you to understand, who is he? Where did he come from? What are we talking about here? We talking about Ganesha, or are we talking about Parabrahmarupam Ganesham Bhajema? Ajam, Nirvikalp, Nirakar, beginningless, ever eternal, attributeless, without form. Parabrahmarup, the very form of that Param Brahman. Ganesham Bhaje. We sing his praises. Who is that? The Supreme Goloknath Bhagavan Sri Krishna. That is whom we are talking about. And I want you to understand something. You think it's by guess? A couple of weeks ago we had Janmashtami. You think that happened by guess? Janmashtami just a week and a half before Ganesh Utsav starts. And who are we going to pray to come next week, Friday? Oh, I thought it was somebody else. You think all of these things are coincidences? It happened just like that? I told you all, I want you to understand the sequence of how this thing happens, you know. Nothing happens by guess. Everything is designed and set up in such a way. Only if you have the vision to see, you will understand. That is why they're telling to Devi Parvati, no, you're looking with the wrong eyes. Clear your mind, clear your conscience, and see exactly what is going to happen. He will Pratama Puji ki adhikari hoga. When they begin to understand who he is, from where he has come, what is his purpose, he will become known as that Pratama Puji. So the first that we worship, who we really worshiping? The Supreme Param Brahman. In the form of this beautiful Gaj Anand. The elephant face one. The Lambodhar. Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. O elephant face one, I bow to thee. Great God Ganapati, I bow to thee. For you ride on your mouse unto victory. Bo Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai. That's Supreme Lord, my dear friends. Devi Parvati, finally, it registers. The words are so genuine and so true that truth is axiomatic, my dear friends. It requires no support. It stands on its own. And because that truth is universal, it pierces through the mind and the heart of Devi Parvati. And she recognizes what they are saying to be the supreme truth. So she accepts. She finally, to some extent, not 100, but she had a little doubt still, but she accepts. And when she accepts, my dear friends, Bhagavan Sri Hari ke tarak sanghat vachan sunkar Devi Parvati chup ho gayi. She becomes quiet. She's not firing anymore. She goes into a silent meditation. Unhone uttar nahi diya. She did not respond. Kyunki unka man abhi shant nahi hua tha. The mind wasn't really at peace, you know. She didn't accept it 100% just yet. But she didn't say anything. She allowed them. Bhagavan ne unka uttar prapt hue bina hi हाथी के मस्तक के शुद्ध जल से स्वच्छ करने के शिशु के धर पर रख दिया. And she allowed the ceremony to take place. And what is that ceremony? They brought clean, pristine, pure water, and they washed they washed the body, getting rid of all of the blood that was there. They washed the head of that Gajendra and prepared it. And they, through the power and shakti and the vibrations, they fused this body with this head. I tell you, प्राण की संचार हुआ और नेत्र खुल गए. By chanting the mantras. Om Bhadram करणे श्रीनुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्चाच्चब्रियजत्राः स्त्रैरङ्गैस्तुष्ट्वाग्ंसस्तनोभिः वशेम देवहितं यदायुः ॐ स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृषभाः स्वस्ति न पूका विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्थाक्षुररिष्टनेमि स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमस्तमस्त्रं ज्येष्ठराजन् ब्रह्माणस्पतान् शृण्वन्ति वीतसीदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। For the first time, as told in our scriptures, I want you to understand the significance of what is taking place here. To take the head of an animal and to fuse it onto the body of a boy, human boy. Remember, you have a size difference, you have a genetic difference, the cells are different, the nerves are different, the blood being different, the blood type different. You aren't sure if it's B positive, A negative, or what it is. But you have so many different things that don't seem to be matching up, yet still they're able to take such a huge head, put it on such a small body, and they put a little baby rat there. He could kill a rat when he sit down. And on the surface, it doesn't seem to make sense, right? But I tell you, where you think impossible, you have to just change impossible, put an apostrophe after the I, and what do you get? I am possible. From impossible, you get I am possible. Anything is possible, my dear friends. But only if you have the requisite faith and devotion, you're going to achieve anything that you want in this world. To take that cross species, you're talking about a cross species. The last time they tried some cross species thing, right? You end up with the lizard man and spider man. How you name man? The doctor that was the salamander man. Yeah, he had one hand and he was doing some genetic splicing, and he take the salamander could grow back the link when he take follow the grow back, right? And he do some genetic splicing and they inject himself, but he put too much. It was a little too potent. Mantra wasn't right. And he get full salamander. Bhagavan was able to fuse and to create something that happened. The brains, they call a head transplant, you know what is that? Now when they talk about somebody how to do some kind of heart surgery, there's a long time you're frightened when you hear heart surgery. Now, oh yeah boy, I go have a little triple bypass, I'll come back, I'll see you all next week. You're going in the hospital and in 1 week they fix you up and you come back out normal like that. That's not like normal. I'll go and clean my eye, boy. People talk about these things as if it's absolutely nothing. That you don't have to think about it. You clean your eye, sometimes if you're lucky, you do the two one time, I do one. Knee replacement, hip replacement, all kind of things that they replace a head yet? Huh? With all what they could do, right? Liver transplant, kidney transplant, organ. They don't head transplant yet. But in Sanatan Dharma, we could do that. Well, I can't do that, but Bhagavan could do it. Nothing is impossible for the Lord, my dear friends. You cannot put limitations on God. The moment you try to put limitations on God, that is no longer God. God is beyond all limitations. We must have that requisite faith in that divine Lord. Bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. So, what happens now when that head is placed there? And when he opens his eyes, Gajamukhu hua balak charo aankhon, he look for direction, registers what is happening. Remember, he now waking up from anesthetic. You know, when you're waking up from anesthetic, you're not sure where is happening. So he's registering right around. चलता हुआ देखने लगे, सभी उपस्थित नर नारी प्रसन्न होकर गजानन भगवान की जय जय, गजानन भगवान की जय. Everybody starts to sing गजानन भगवान की जय because they're happy. The child is awakened. What? It's a beauty to see. And if you look all around, anywhere, look, this wall, behind me, there, see, beautiful Murupati of that Gajanan. And when you look at it, it really doesn't line up, but there's a beauty towards it that you can't take your eyes off of it, isn't it? It doesn't make sense yet. It is mesmerizing. You look upon it logically, but you can't help but just fixate that gaze, and you stay focused there for a long. And that drishti will come into your mind and you will understand. So, what is going to happen? Man se ya, beman se mata ki viharsh vyakt karna phara. Devi Parvati becomes very happy because the child is now alive. And what happens, of course, well, only tomorrow you will find out. If you come, I'll tell you what takes place. Before we have our arti, we'll do a couple bhajan, kirtan, and then we'll get into our art. This Devta come from Sufa, he's singing? Or he sing out for the last 9 days before the judge start, can't sing again?
रस से भरोरी राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे,
राधे
मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जीरो पानी लागे,
राधे राधे
रस से भरोरी
राधा ढूंढ रहे किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
श्याम देखा घन श्याम देखा।
श्याम देखा श्याम देखा।
श्याम देखा घन श्याम देखा।
श्याम देखा घन श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रहे किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मधुबन में देखा।
राधा तेरा
श्याम हमें मधुबन में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मधुबन में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मधुबन में देखा।
रास नचाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। रास नचाते हुए
ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें गोकुल में 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 देखा।
गैया चराते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
गैया चराते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रहे किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
ओ राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मथुरा में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम
हमें मथुरा में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें मथुरा में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम
हमें मथुरा में देखा।
बंसी बजाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
बंसी बजाते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रहे किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें गोवर्धन में 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 देखा।
गिरवर उठाए हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
गिरिवर उतारे हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
और राधा ढूंढ रही
किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें वृंदावन में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें वृंदावन में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम हमें वृंदावन में देखा।
राधा तेरा श्याम
हमें वृंदावन में देखा।
राधे राधे जपते हुए ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा।
राधे राधे जपते हुए
ओ राधा तेरा श्याम देखा। राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
राधा ढूंढ रही किसी ने मेरा श्याम देखा।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे।
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे।
हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो कर्पूरकारं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहारं कर्पूरकारं करुणावतारं संसारसारं भुजगेन्द्रहार सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दे भवं भवानी सहितं हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो सानंद आनंद वसंत नाटम आनंद कंदम हत पाप वृंदम सानंद आनंद वने वसंतम आनंद कंदम हत पाप वृंदम वाराणसीनाथ अनाथ नाथम श्री विश्वनाथम शरणं प्रपद्ये वाराणसीनाथ अनाथ नाथम श्री विश्वनाथम शरणं प्रपद्ये ओ हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो अवंतिकायं अवतारं भक्ति प्रदानात् सदाननानम् अवंतिकायं अवतारं भक्ति प्रदानात् सदाननानम् अकाल मृत्यु परिरक्षणार्थं वन्दे महाकाल महासुरेशम् अकाल मृत्यु परिरक्षणार्थं वन्दे महाकाल महासुरेश ओ हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा शंभो शंभो नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नागेन्द्रहाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय नित्याय शुद्धाय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय ओ हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेवा 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 शंभो शंभो कर्पूरकारं करुणा अवतारं नागेंद्र हार सादा वसंतम
जयारविंदे
भवं भवानी सहितं नमा ओ हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेव शंभो शंभो शिव महादेव शंभो शंभो
शिवमदेवा शंभो शंभो शिवमदेवा शंभो शंभो
नागेंद्र हाराय त्रिलोचनाय भस्मांगरागाय महेश्वराय नित्याय शूद्राय दिगंबराय तस्मै नकाराय नमः शिवाय हर हर शंभो शंभो शिव महादेव 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 उमापति महादेव की जय. Let's all stand, my dear friends. Let's engage in our arti. यानि कानि जपापानि जन्मांतर कृतानि च तानि तानि विनाशन्ति प्रदक्षिणाय परे पदे. माता जाति पार्वती ओ माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
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 माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव.
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी
चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी.
एक दंत दयावंत चार भुजाधारी
चार भुजाधारी चार भुजाधारी.
माते पर तिलक सोहे हो माते पर तिलक सोहे माते पर तिलक सोहे मूष की असवारी.
प्रभो जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
मुदाकराद मोदकं सदा विमुक्त साधकं कलाधरावतं सकं विलय श्लोक रक्षकं माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
पंडन को आप दे तो कोरियन को काया
कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया.
अंदन को आक दे तो कोरियन को काया
कोरियन को काया कोरियन को काया.
मांजन को पुत्र हो भांजन को पुत्र देत निर्धन को माया.
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
नायकैक नायकं विनाशि वेददायकं नतासुवानताशकं नमामि तं विनायकं. माता जाति पार्वती हो माता जाति पार्वती पिता महादेव.
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा. जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा.
पान चढ़े फूल चढ़े और चढ़े मेवा
और चरे मेवा और चरे
हरे और चरे मेवा,
और चरे मेवा, और चरे मेवा।
लगवन को भोग, लगवन को भोग लाग संत कर सेवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
नते तरारि भीकरं न पूरितारवासरं नमस्सुरां निरञ्जनं नथादिकान पुंकरं। माता जाति पार्वती हो, माता जाति पार्वती, माता जाति पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी,
गौरी पुत्रवारी, गौरी पुत्रवारी।
दासनों को लाज राख गौरी पुत्रवारी,
गौरी पुत्रवारी, गौरी पुत्रवारी।
मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो, मेरा मनोरथ पूर्ण करो शंभ के दुलारे।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
सुरेश्वरं निदेश्वरं गजेश्वरं गणेश्वरं महेश्वरं तमाश्रये परात्परं निरन्तरं। माता जाति पार्वती हो, माता जाति पार्वती, माता जाति पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
दुखियों के दुख हरत परमानंद देवा,
परमानंद देवा, परमानंद देवा।
दुखियों के दुख हरत परमानंद देवा,
परमानंद देवा, परमानंद देवा।
भव से पार करो नाथ हो, भव से पार करो नाथ, भव से पार करो नाथ, भजन करो तेरा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
माता जाति पार्वती हो, माता जाति पार्वती, माता जाति पार्वती, पिता महादेव।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा। जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
जय गणेश 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 जय गणेश जय गणेश देवा।
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया,
मोरिया मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया,
मोरिया मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया
मोरिया मोरिया,
मोरिया मोरिया।
बोलो गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया,
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया।
गणपति बाप्पा मोरिया। बोलो श्री गजानन स्वामी की जय। To that Supreme Lord, whose divine effulgence illumine our mind and our heart, whose very energy exudes from the beautiful Murti
that is absorbing all of our difficulties and challenges and problems. He's soaking it up and releasing to us all positivity. May His blessings forever be with us, and may He guide our path so that we may be able to achieve Param Purushar, so that we may be able to be the best versions of ourselves. May He bless us and grant unto us that which is necessary for our success, not just in this world, but in the hereafter. Jai Ganaraya, Sri Ganaraya, Mangala Murti Moriya, Mangala Murti
Moriya,
Jai Ganaraya,
Shri Ganaraya,
Mangala Murti
Moriya,
Mangala Murti
Moriya,
Kaina Vacha Manasendreva Buddhyatmanava Prakriti Subhava Karomyatyat Sakalam Prasna Narayanayeti Samarpayami Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Gajanana Yat Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam. In one voice we pray. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari. बोलो श्री गणपति गणेश भगवान की जय, प्रभु रामचंद्र की जय, वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय, जगत जननी दुर्गा माता की, श्री सत्य सनातन धर्म की, नमः पार्वती माता